Hello, welcome back to the channel. A bit of a strange one today. We're gonna leave the mat where it is, and we're gonna have a little walk over to a workbench. I say workbench. It's a pool table with the next repair on. So let's just walk over here, and this is what we have. This is it's a t-shirt press for doing sort of dye sublimation printing and heat transfer vinyl. I can't really operate it with one hand because I've got to pull this out to lift the handle up. But yeah, this was acquired from the clear out of a retail outlet. It has a retail outlet, I might add, that's been closed for several years, and it was with approval and prior arrangement from the landowner. But yeah, it does turn on, but this, as you can see, this button is broken, and it's caused one of these fuses to blow. So yeah. So what I've done already is I've taken it apart. There's a bolt here. There's a bolt in the back, an Allen key bolt, and there's a dialy turning knob at the top, which looks like that. Goes on, and there's a pin that goes through that once it's on to secure it in place. I've taken this off already so I can check the back of the switch. There we go. You can see the back of the switch. It's not very good for light, just down here. It's a single pole double throw. Have I got that the right way around? I think so. So a new switch has been ordered. It came with a few spare fuses as well, so I don't need to order new fuses. But yeah, so let me just pop that back on there. So I am awaiting delivery of that switch. Once it arrives, I will record the installation of it and the testing. I don't want to plug it in now because obviously I know this switch is broken. Yeah. So I don't want to plug it in because obviously there's going to be power at this point. It's not safe. But yeah, once my switch arrives, I will record the installation of that and the testing of it. Unfortunately, I don't have any, well, I do have some vinyl, but I don't have the ability to put it on a t-shirt because I don't have a vinyl cutter, etc. But I'll show you it heating up and what have you, and working. So yeah, it's probably going to be after the weekend because it's a Friday today. So it's probably going to be Monday or Tuesday that the switch arrives. Then I've got to record it, fit it, edit it, upload it, but it's just going to be a matter of minutes for yourself. So yeah, see you shortly. Okay, hello, welcome back to the channel. If you've just watched the very short bit at the beginning of this video, this is a heat press that I acquired, and the switch is broken. I've ordered a new one that has arrived, but upon taking this apart, if you can see, I'm not sure how well you can see, the switch in here, these two wires, the outer sheath, plastic, the rubber, whatever, has become brittle. And so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cover them with a little bit of heat shrink again because they've cracked. The other two on the other side of the switch are not too bad. I might put some on there anyway, but it's going to be awkward trying to feed them through and put them on the new switch one at a time, so because there's not a lot of play. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to heat shrink them all, pop them back on the old switch, and then when they're all done, I'll pull the switch through and do it that way. So yeah, so I've got lots of heat shrink. Yeah, long nose pliers to pull them all off. So I'm holding them by the spade connector rather than pulling the plier. There you go. Yeah. See, the copper is all right underneath. It's just the outer sheath that's. So we'll go with the black for that. Do I have any black that will amongst my pre-cut lengths? No, they're all a bit wide. That one's okay. So it's just in case anything happens, and as much protection as possible, really. I'm going to do this one at a time, as I said. This is my hot air station. It is a bit noisy, I do apologise. Wait till that heats up. And these won't shrink exactly down to the thickness of the cable, but if I got any thinner on the heat shrink, it wouldn't go over the actual spade connector, so it's kind of a compromise, I suppose. And as I say, it's just to afford a little bit more protection. Once the cover's on, it's not as if anything's going to move or short out or anything. I'm just going to do a little more than that. It doesn't seem to have shrunk as much. That's better. So there's that one. You can't really see what's going on there. It's a bit difficult. I've got this on a tripod. First time I've tried using a tripod to record a video. Let me get that one out clear. That's solid, nice and tight, which is what you need. Okay. Ah. So where did that come from? Came off the top there. That makes it a bit easier to put the heat shrink on. I'm going to put a full one on. Is it a bit overkill? I think it is. Cut a little bit of it off. I know it might seem like a waste, but yeah. So, can you see that? Yeah. It's supposed to be 3-to-1 heat shrink, but I don't think it is. It does shrink a fair bit though. Why did I do this one red and that one black? I'm going to take it off. Red should go on the other side, shouldn't it? So we'll do that again. With black this time though, like it should have been in the first place. Which is a fuse holder, and I need to change one of those fuses because one of them has popped. I'm going to leave that off for the time being to give me a bit of access into this one at the back. There we go. Let's do the one that's cracked. So this one I'm going to do red. This is the live side, or the live core of the mains cable, so it's red. Don't really want to manipulate this any more than I absolutely have to with it being brittle. So I'm just gently stretching it. So I'm just going to gently place that in there. As I say, this side wasn't so bad. This side of the switcher, the wire mustn't get as warm. I mean, this is heavy duty cable that's on it, and I think it's just the years of service that it's had. It's been well used, and I think this model was from 2003. So there you go, and it's still going strong. Sorry, my arm must be in the way. No, that's as far as it's going to go. I'd cool down slightly before I start manhandling that. And then that one can go back in there. Okay, so don't hide the switch inside. Can you still see that? Not very well. So, there we go. Just that way up. Bottom one. That's all the way on. All the way on. Now this is all I believe was wrong with it. I believe the fuse that blew was due to this switch falling apart and shorting across the contacts inside. Oh, that's what I'm hoping anyway. But I bought the new switch from RS Components. I hope you can still hear me with that hot air gun going in the background. It will go off eventually. Okay, so there you're all on nice and tight. That's back in there. Screwdriver to check the fuse. Do I have a flat blade? It's that one. Yep. Now then. I left my fuse upstairs. Give me a second. New fuse. Now if I can find my meter, I will just double check. So that's the blown one, which I took out. Good job I checked it, otherwise I'd be chasing my tail. And what's just so happened to be, it's just my luck, the first one I pick up is the one that's blown. There you go. I'm assuming you can hear that. So that goes in there. You can tell this has been changed a few times because these are just little plastic screws and the heads are a bit chewed, so someone hasn't been very careful. Now, if you saw the beginning of the video, you will know that this is just 2 bolts. See if I can just adjust that for you. There's one that goes in there. Put that screwdriver bit away. Get the hex bit out. Not quite lined up. That's it, I believe. Yep, that's going in. I'm not going to tighten it up until I get the other one in at the back. I'm going to go around the other side, but you should still be able to see my hand and where it is going. Didn't want to tighten the front one up just in case I needed a little bit of wiggle room on this one. Oops. Let's tighten that one down. Oops. So I now have no electrical wiring showing, so where's my plug gone? Let's plug that in. Moment of truth. No! Okay. That's unfortunate. Back off with the cover. I have unplugged it. There we go. Perhaps when or if the switch is shorted, it's caused. And where'd the little washer go? There was a sprung washer. Or am I going to have to go and get my little box of washers? There it is. Oh, I'm all drop-seated here. There's that one. And they've come out again. Just out of curiosity, let's see if this fuse was popped again. No, that's fine. So it ain't the fuse. I'll just confirm this one, but I did check this one previously. Yeah, it's fine. Oops. So what have we got? This looks like a big sort of relay. Line, positive and neutral. That's the load, that's the line side, that's the load side. So positive comes, the power comes in to the switch, goes through the switch into the fuses, out of the fuses. I believe that's a buzzer. Comes out of the fuses around this side, in here, then that should click and out of here, and that then goes to this circuit board, which goes to the heating element, etc. So I'm assuming this is what's gone blown. Comes out of there, out of there. So we mustn't be getting, we're getting power here, but we're not getting power out. So the relay isn't clicking. I wonder, but it's not clicking. So let's just check, make sure we are getting 240 volts. I'm just gonna take these off a little bit so I can get some probes in. Voltage, change that to AC. Let me plug it back in. Do not do this at home. I'm not saying in any way that this is the correct way to do anything. It's for purely entertainment purposes. So can you see that if I put that up there? Can you see that? Yeah. So that is switched on, isn't it? I think it was. Well, 3.6 volts. I do hear something. I'll turn it on. Or I did for a very short second. No, I didn't. That seems as if it's like kind of like arcing. It sounds like a little bit of arcing. I'm not sure whether you can pick it up on the camera. I'll try and be quiet. Give it a few seconds just for any capacitors to dissipate. Let's see if we can hear. Nothing this time. But why am I not getting 240 volts to that? I don't want to go poking my fingers around in there just quite yet. So that comes to this side. I'm not sure why we've got two fuses either. I suppose the negative and the positive are fused. Negative comes in through the switch, out through the fuse to here. Live goes out of the switch into the fuse. Out of the fuse, it does loop around. It goes down and along to here. So why have we got two fuses? Both fuses are fine, so it's not fuses that are an issue. So don't turn it on, see if we can hear anything. It's been a while now. No, where I was getting some noise before. Let's see, if we go, now that I've put the heat shrink on, I'm probably, no, I haven't put it on this end, have I? Can I get, I can't, I'm making contact there, but am I making contact there? I don't believe so. I should be getting 240 volts there. Okay, it is isolated, but still I've got live coming in. See if I can get that down into my heat shrink. Probably wasn't wise to leave go of that there and put that in the, just push the switch out. Let's try that again without pushing the switch out. That's fine. I should have 240 there, no matter what position the switch is in, because that's the input. What is going on? Why is my meter not reading anything? Well, it's reading something, but... Just out of curiosity, just in case, I'm going to check the fuse in the power cable. Yep, that's fine. So it ain't the power cable. I didn't think it would be because it's brand new today. So I think the next step, unplug it first while I do this. Always try and work as safely as possible. Right, I am going to can you see that? Yes, you can. Let's try to position it so that we can see see the voltage there, or is it off the screen? No, it's not great angle. No, can't read that. You might just have to take my word for it. Oh, okay. So back around to volts. I think you can just see that. So if my hands don't get in the way. Right, so either my meter isn't reading correctly, or I'm not getting voltage to that point there. I don't think I've got a battery in that meter. Why is that not reading voltage? Let me check something. Again, oh, don't do what I'm doing. For entertainment purposes only. Do not try this at home. So that is your neutral. That is live. So that's getting 240. Champion. So we know my meter's fine. The power lead's fine. We're not getting power up to here. So a bit more digging. You will notice that the power lead plugs in around the base here. It then comes out to feed through this wire to the top hot plate through this bit here. I'm hoping you can see where my hand was there. Yeah, only just. But it plugs in round there, and then this comes out of here, round here, and into this top part. So that, wherever this power goes underneath, if there's something under there that's obviously blown, maybe the wiring's become brittle with age, just like the switch. I don't know. So what I'm going to do, the switch was broken, but that's now fixed. I'm going to see if I can just prise after I've unplugged it. Not that there's any mains there, as we've just proved, but I'm going to see if I can just prise the little lugs on the switch to stop it from popping out so easily, because this casing is obviously a little bit thicker than the panel mount that it's supposed to be designed for. I didn't think that would be an issue when I was ordering it, so I didn't even check what the setting was, or what that, I mean, it sits in there. Yeah. So I am going to put this back together. Okay, so welcome back. My phone went flat. I've now got it plugged into the mains, so I'm trying to, well, I'm hoping it's going to have enough power to charge it and record at the same time, because it's only just powered back on. What I've done, I've flipped this onto its side. So this is the base. I've removed this cover, which I'll give it a bit of a clean while it's off, to be fair. And this is the input, so there's nothing there. It's just straight in. So I don't, unless this wire is, yeah, I don't know. So I'm going to plug it in to that side there. And I'm going to see if there's any voltage. Can you see that? Yes, you can. So I'll put that in there. I should have voltage. Yes, I've got 240 there. But I don't have 240 the other end. So this length of cable must be duff. There's no other explanation, because at the other side yeah, I did a similar sort of check on the switch and there was nothing coming in. So this is the cable that at that end is brittle, so maybe it has failed at somewhere along the route. Shouldn't really be talking about that because it is live. But there's definitely 240 coming in. I can't see because of my hand in the way. Oh, there was. Yeah, 240. Oh, 240. 240 volts. So there's definitely 240 volts coming in. Let me unplug it. So all I can think is that this cable, it's just become, well, it's failed at some point. And I don't know where. So I might order a meter of cable up. It's 16 amp, so it's quite heavy duty. I'll order some of that up and I'll record again once that's arrived, and yeah, I'll crimp some new ends on. I've got a proper crimping tool, so that's not a problem. But yeah, let me see if I've got a cloth that I can use to. I've got a bit of tissue. Get that a bit thin. So, not a positive fix yet. A lot cleaner. Not a positive fix yet, but we're certainly a step closer. The switch needed replacing anyway because it was broken. I might double check the voltage reading at the other end just to be sure, but I'm fairly confident that it's this piece of cable. It could have filled just at these bends here, but this bit doesn't move at all. That grommet keeps it nicely tightly clamped, so I can't see that just failing like that. I'll leave that off and I'll see if I can just put this back down. This thing is amazingly heavy for the size of it. So let me move that cable. If I go back over this way. And it's turning and it shouldn't be. Oh, there's the tripod. There we go. So I'll take this lid off again and I will just verify that I'm not getting voltage at the top when I should be. In fact, I can probably, because that, so this is the cable coming in. I can see the two connections there, but even if I back them off a little bit, so I can get me, I don't know whether you can see it glinting there now. If I zoom in, you can see just there. Where's my meter? I'm going to try putting that. We went through this last time. Nope, you'll have to take my word for it on this occasion. You plug it back in. And that's in. So literally, it comes in at the bottom and straight up that cable up to here. So just giving it a wiggle in case there's any kind of special coating on there that would stop it, but there's not. I'm getting 3.7. Yeah, cables failed at some point. It could be here or it could be similar at the other end. It could be the route that it's taken around there. So yeah, I'll order up some more 16 amp 3-core flex, and yeah, I'll continue the video then.